Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Friday, September 2nd, 2022. Monster show today. College football, Major League Baseball, WNBA playoffs, Major League Soccer, tennis, NASCAR, NFL cornerback, and safety rankings. We're going to split those up. News and notes, and best bet in the Fab Five. We'll start with college football, recap yesterday's games, and look ahead to tonight's and the weekend's games. So this should be a ton of fun. All right, so Akron over St. Fran, PA, 30-23 in overtime. Akron 1-0 and St. Fran, PA 0-1. 12 Oklahoma State over Central Michigan, 58-44. Oklahoma State 1-0. Central Michigan 0-1. Number 17 Pitt over West Virginia, 38-31. Pitt 1-0. WVU 0-1. Tennessee over Ball State, 59-10. Tennessee 1-0. Ball State 0-1. UCF over South Carolina State, 56-10. UCF 1-0. SC State 0-1. FIU over Bryant, 38-37 in overtime. FIU 1-0. Bryant 0-1. Toledo over Long Island, 37-0. Toledo 1-0. LIU 0-1. Number 22 Wake Forest over VMI, 44-10. Wake 1-0. VMI 0-1. Penn State over Purdue, 35-31. Penn State 1-0. Purdue 0-1. Northern Illinois over Eastern Illinois, 34-27. Northern Illinois 1-0. Eastern Illinois 0-1. UAB over Alabama A&M, 59-0. UAB 1-0. Alabama A&M 0-1. Missouri over Louisiana Tech, 52-41. Missouri 1-0. Louisiana Tech 0-1. Minnesota over New Mexico State, 38-0. Minnesota 1-0. New Mexico State 0-2. Arizona State over Northern Arizona, 40-3. Zona State 1-0. Northern Arizona 0-1. Fresno over Cal Poly, 35-7. Fresno 1-0. Cal Poly 0-1. And San Jose State over Portland State, 21-17. San Jose State 1-0. Portland State 0-1. All right, here we go. The picks. Friday, 7 o'clock. ESPN2, Western Michigan at number 15, Michigan State. The line is Michigan State by 20.5. Total is 53.5. For this game, I'm going to go with the over. It was a close call between the over and Western Michigan, but I have more value on the over. I project 15 and 60 and 7/20. So I'm going to go with the over in this game for the podcast. Eastern Kentucky at Eastern Michigan. EMU is giving 13. Total is 58.5. And I project 14.5 and 56 and 17/20. So it's very close. Very close. But I'm going to go with the slight under for the pick. ESPNU, Virginia Tech, Old Dominion. Virginia Tech's giving 6.5, totals 47.5. And it is my projection, is 9 and 53. I like the over a lot in this game. William and Mary against Charlotte. Charlotte's giving 3, totals 52.5. Oh, these lines are on FanDuel. Okay. And FanDuel has it 2.5 and 52.5. And I project 6.5 and 54 or 53 and 2/5. I am laying the 3 or 2.5 with Charlotte. I love it. 7:30 Temple Duke. Just a god awful puke game. Duke's favored by 7.5, totals 51.5. I'm going with the over. I think there's going to be zero defense play in this game. I do like Duke to win and cover, though, but I'm going over for the pick for the podcast. 8 o'clock, Tennessee Tech at Kansas. Kansas is giving 31.5, totals 59.5. I'm taking Tennessee Tech and all the points. I think Tennessee Tech actually has a shot to pull off the upset. I think that is way too many points. Kansas is Kansas, so give me Tennessee Tech getting all those points at Kansas. Fox Sports 1, Illinois at Indiana. Indiana is it's a pick'em right now. Totals 45.5. And I project Indiana by 3 total of 45 and 9/10. I'm going to take Indiana at a slight pick'em, a half-point favorite at minus 114. $10 ESPN TCU at Colorado. TCU is giving 13.5, totals 57.5, and I project 3 and 55 and 2/5. I'm going to take Colorado getting all those points. If it goes up to 14, I'll love it even more. And that was one of Scott Van Pelt's picks on winners last night. On the Saturday, 12 o'clock on the SEC Network, Sam Houston, number 6, Texas A&M. The FCS lines are not up for Saturday, which is unfortunate. Let's see. And I can't find it. For some reason, I thought it would be on here, but it's not. But I project A&M by 22.5, totals 53 and 2/5. ABC, you have Colorado State at number 8, Michigan. Michigan's favorite at 30.5, total is 61.5, and for this game, I'm going to go with the under. I think Michigan's going to play a lot of defense. And I genuinely believe that Colorado State will not score much. On ESPN, number 13, NC State at East Carolina. NC State's an 11.5 point favorite, totals 51.5. I'm taking East Carolina getting the 11.5. That is a lot of points. I don't think they'll win the game outright, but it's an in-state rivalry, and I think it's going to be close. So give me ECU getting double digits at home against NC State. Central Connecticut at UConn. This line I noticed was up. UConn's a 17-point favorite, totals 51.5. I project Central combo 1.5, totals 53 and 9/20. So I'm taking Central Con all the points. And I'm going to take them to win outright to knock off Connecticut. Fox Sports 1, South Dakota State and Iowa. Iowa's favored by 16, totals 44. I'm taking South Dakota State in the points. They're one of the best teams in the FCS. No, they won't win outright, but they'll keep it close against Iowa. And I project Iowa 10.5, totals 49 and 1/10. Big Ten Network, Buffalo, Maryland. Last I saw, this line was not posted. There must be an injury that we are unaware of. Actually, no, I just found it. Maryland's giving 24, total 65. That is a lot of points for them to be giving. And I am going to take Buffalo getting all the points. No, they won't win. I just think they cover. I project 6 and 58 and 3/4. ACC Network, Rutgers, Boston College. BC's giving 7.5, totals 48. I'm taking Boston College minus the 7.5. I think they're a little bit better than Rutgers. They're home, and I think they're going to be fired up. So give me Boston College laying the points against Rutgers. ESPNU, North Carolina, and Appalachian State. App State is giving 1.5. Total is 56.5. So the difference for my projections with a lot of these are pretty big. I'm going to go with the over. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game. I do like North Carolina as an underdog to win outright, although short. So I'm going to go over 56.5 in that game. CBS Sports Network, UDEL Navy. Was this where the line wasn't posted? Yeah. I project UDEL 3.5, totals 47 3/4. I think UDEL's going to knock off Navy. I really do. I think Navy's terrible. 12:30, Richmond at Virginia. Virginia's giving 21, totals 58.5. I'm going to take Richmond getting a lot of the points. They're a really good team in the FCS. No, I don't think they'll win outright, but I think that they will cover the number. Next up, at 1 o'clock, Northern Iowa at Air Force. Air Force is giving 16.5, totals 43.5. And I project 14.5 and 46 and 19/20. I'm going to go with the over in that game. 2 o'clock, Southeast Missouri State and Iowa State. Iowa State's giving 33, totals 54.5. I'm taking Southeast Missouri State and all the points. I project Iowa State 7.5, total 56. So give me Southeast Missouri State to cover the big number. 2:30, Pac-12 Network, Bowling Green and UCLA. UCLA is giving 23.5, totals 57. And I project 9 and 58 and 7/20. It's giving Bowling Green getting all those points. I think UCLA might be like sleepwalking a little bit, but they'll still win. Here's a big one. 3:30, ABC, the Chick-fil-A kickoff from Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Number 11, Oregon. Number 3, Georgia. Fabulous game on hand here. My projection here is Georgia 10.5, total 53.25. And it's 16.5 and 53.5. I'm taking Oregon getting the points. I think they'll hang around a little bit. Championship hangover per se. But I do expect Georgia to win between like 10 and 13 points. 3:30 on Fox. UTEP at number 9, Oklahoma. Oklahoma is giving 3.5, total 57.5. I'm taking UTEP getting the points just to keep it inside the number. I project 16 and 56 and 9/20. Bethune-Cookman at number 16, Miami. Miami is giving 52.5, total 62.5. You never see a line like that. And I'm going to take Bethune-Cookman getting all the points. That is just way too high. As I project 31.5 and 61 and 7/20. On ESPN, here's a good one. Cincinnati, who's number 23, at number 19, Arkansas. Arkansas is giving 6.5, totals 52.5. I'm taking Cincinnati getting the points, and I want to take them at plus 205 to win outright. They're a really fun team. They have something to prove. They were in the college football playoff a year ago. They want to prove that they can hang with the big guys. So I'm going to take Cincinnati getting the 6.5. And I'm going to take them at plus 205 to win the game outright. CBS Sports Network, number 24, Houston at UTSA. Houston is giving 3.5, total 61.5. And I have UTSA by 12, total 59 and 3/5. I love UTSA this year. I'm taking them getting the 3.5, and I'm taking them to win outright at plus 155 as a home dog. On CBS, Arizona at San Diego State. San Diego State's giving 6.5, totals 46.5, and I'm going to lay the points to San Diego State. This is one of my favorites of the week. So I'm going to lay the 6.5 of San Diego State against Arizona, who I still think is terrible. And I project 12 and 47 and 9/20. Big Ten Network, North Dakota at Nebraska. Nebraska under some pressure after losing to Northwestern. People are writing them off and speculating about Scott Frost. Nebraska's a 22.5 point favorite, totals 51.5, and I project 21.5 and 49 and 13/20. I'm taking the under. Norfolk State and Marshall. Marshall's giving 39, total 59 or 55.5, and I project 11.5 and 59.5. I'm going to take Norfolk and all the points. Fox Sports 1, Tulsa, Wyoming. Tulsa, Wyoming. Tulsa's giving 7, totals 44.5. I project 9 and 50 and 18, or I'm sorry, 17-20. So I'm taking the over. That's going to be a higher scoring game. 4 o'clock, SEC Network, Troy, number 21, Ole Miss. Ole Miss is giving 21.5, totals 56.5. I'm taking Troy and the point to stay within 3 touchdowns. ESPNU, number 25, BYU at South Florida. BYU is giving 11.5, totals 58.5. I'm laying it with BYU. I project them by 18 in the total of 53 and 7/20. UC Davis at Cal. Cal is favored by 17.5, total is 41.5, and it's 13.5 and 47 and 7/20. So I'm going to take UC Davis getting the points. Actually, no, that's a lie. I'm actually going to take the over instead. I want to take UC Davis in the points too. That'd be a fun same game parlay, but for the podcast, I'm going to take the over. Next up, Nichols at South Alabama at 5 o'clock. USA is giving 10, total is 53.5. I'm going to take Nichols getting all the points just to hang around a little bit. 5:30, Texas State at Nevada. I project Texas State by 1.5, totals 51.5. God, I want to lay the points of Texas State, but I have a larger projection on the over. I project Texas State 6, total of 58 and 2/5. So I'm going to go with the over in that game. 6 o'clock, Pac-12 Network, Rice at number 14, USC. USC's favored by 32.5, total 61.5. I'm going to take the under, but it's a slight under because I think UCSC's defense will play a little bit better. And I project 33 and 58. So pretty close numbers there. Morgan State and Georgia Southern. Josso's favored by 37, total is 50. I'm taking Morgan State in the points. I project 23.5 and the total 48.5, so I'm taking Morgan State to stay within the number. FAU at Ohio. FAU should be favored, and they are 3.5, totals 49.5, and I'm going to lay the 3.5 with FAU against Ohio. FAU looked awesome last week against Charlotte, and I think Ohio is just awful, as I project FAU 10 and total 53. Middle Tennessee, James Madison. Can't find this game for some reason. Oh, there it is. James Madison's favored by 5.5. Totals 58.5. I'm going to go with the under here. I want to lay the points of James Madison. My projection's 9 and 54.25, but I have a larger difference on the total. 7 o'clock, ESPN, number 7, Utah at Florida. This is everybody's darling upset pick. Utah is favored by 2.5 in this game. Totals 51.5. For this game, though, I don't feel strong about it, but I like the over. But I don't feel good about laying points of Utah either. Although my differentials are pretty significant, so I'm going to go with the over in this game as I project Utah 6, total 55 and 9/20. Albany at number 10, Baylor. Baylor is favored. We don't have a lineup for this yet. But I project 28.5, totals 46 and 13/20. So I'm interested to see what that line will come out to be. Illinois State at number 18, Wisconsin on Fox Sports 1. That line is not out yet either. So a couple of these FCS, FBS games at night tomorrow are not out yet. I project Wisconsin 19.5, total 41 and a fifth. Miami of Ohio at number 20, Kentucky on the SEC Network Plus channel. Kentucky's giving 16.5, totals 54.5. Very close projections as I project 15 and 53.25. Slight edge, Miami of Ohio getting the points, which is very slight though. Next up, Mercer at Auburn. This line is not out yet either, so I just assume the rest of the FBS, FCS lines are not out. Auburn 9.5, total 50 and 19/20 is my projection. Alon Vanderbilt, my projection's Alon by a half, total 56 and 17/20. South Dakota, Kansas State, I project Kansas State 19.5, total 47 and 9/10. Army, Coastal Carolina. Coastal's favorite by 1.5, totals 53.5. I'm going to lay the 1.5 of Coastal. I don't think Army's going to be very good this year. So I'm going to lay the 1.5 of Coastal Carolina against Army. So I project Coastal 15, total 57 and 19/20. Liberty, Southern Miss. Liberty favorite 3.5, totals 49.5. I'm going to take Southern Miss getting the 3.5 and plus 146 outright. I think that they are a nice underdog pick here. So I am going to go with the nice little underdog there in Southern Miss against Liberty. All right, next up is UMass Tulane. Tulane's favored by 27.5, totals 59.5. I'm taking UMass getting the 27. I have 18 and 16 and 10. So I just think they'll hang around the number. Southeast Louisiana at Louisiana. I project Louisiana 5.5, total 63 and 13/20. Grambling, Arkansas State. I project Arkansas State by 14.5, totals 54 and 9/20. 7:30. SEC Network, Utah State at number 1, Alabama. I project Bama by 41.5, total 62.5. I don't think Saban's going to run out the score. I'm going to take Utah State getting the big number to lose by 30. Or 35 or something like that. Game of the night. 7:30. ABC. Number 5, Notre Dame at number 2, Ohio State. College game day will be on hand. Ohio State is favored by 17.5, totals 58.5. I'm taking Notre Dame in the points. Notre Dame tends to get up for these games in the regular season. I think there's a possibility of Notre Dame losing by a touchdown or less. I project Ohio State 9, total 61 and 7/10. So I'm going to go with Notre Dame getting all those points to hang around. ESPNU, Memphis at Mississippi State. My projections, Miss State by 3, total 56 and 4/5. And it's 16.5 and 57.5. I'm taking Memphis getting all those points. I don't think Mississippi State is as good as people think. And Memphis tends to hang around against their rivals like that are around them. Georgia State at South Carolina. South Carolina's giving 12.5, totals 56.5, and I project 6 and 51. I'm taking Georgia State getting the 12.5 to hang around. I think Georgia State's going to be pretty good this year in the Sun Belt. CBS Sports Network, SMU and North Texas. SMU's favored by 10.5, total 67.5. I'm going the other way. I'm taking North Texas getting the 10.5. I'm taking a plus 290 to win outright. I just don't think SMU is going to be very good. And North Texas, I think, looked really good last week against UTEP. Next up, 8 o'clock, Colgate and Stanford. I project Stanford 4.5, total 48 and 4/5. Murray State, Texas Tech. I project Texas Tech by 16.5, total 54 and a 20th. UL Monroe, Texas. I project Texas 30, total 62, and it is 37.5 and 63.5. I'm taking UL Monroe getting the 37.5 because that's too many points. ACC Network, Louisville, Syracuse. Louisville's giving 4.5, totals 57.5. I'm taking Syracuse getting the points because I project Syracuse by 6, total 54 and 11/20. So I'm going to take Syracuse to win outright too at plus 168. Maine, New Mexico. I project New Mexico by 8.5, total 46 and 3/20. Idaho, Wazoo at 9:30 on the Pac-12 Network. I project Wazoo 19.5, total 53 and 3/10. 10:30 ESPN, Boise State, Oregon State. This is a good one. Oregon State's favored by 2.5, totals 56.5. I'm taking the under. I don't like the pick, but I have to do so because my projection said so. I project Oregon State 3, total 53 and a 5th. Kent State, Washington on Fox Sports 1. Washington's giving 22.5, totals 59.5. I'm taking Kent getting the big number. I project 9 and 57 and 3/4. Last but not least, on the Saturday window, midnight Eastern, Western Kentucky at Hawaii. Western's giving 16.5, total 67.5, and I project 4 and 67 and 2/5. I think Hawaii will play better than they did against Vandy, so I'm going to take Hawaii getting the 16.5 against Western Kentucky. And last but not least, Sunday, 7:30 on ABC from New Orleans, Florida State, LSU from the Superdome. LSU's favorite 3.5, total 50.5. I am going to take the over in this game. I think it's going to be close. I project LSU by a half in total 54 and 9/10. So I'm going to go over 50.5 for my pick for that game. So the game on Monday between number 4 Clemson and Georgia Tech, I will discuss and pick on the Monday podcast. All right, now we'll move on to Major League Baseball. That took a half an hour. I apologize, guys. We're going to go through the results from yesterday and look ahead to the weekend. I'm going to try to be quick with the baseball segment. Mariners over the Tigers 7-0. White Sox over the Royals 7-1. Nats over the A's 7-5 and 10 on a walk-off home run by Joey Meneses. Mets over the Dodgers 5-3. Orioles over the Guardians 3-0. Red Sox over the Rangers 9-8. Braves over the Rockies 3-0. And the D-backs over the Brewers 5-0. All right. Tonight, 6:30, of the Blue Jays at the Pirates. So now we're back in September where games are going to be played at 6:30. It's Alek Manoah and Johan Oviedo. Jays minus 250, Pirates plus 205, over under 8, overs minus 118, others minus 102. Blue Jays minus 1/2 is minus 140, Pirates plus 1/2 is plus 116. Under. Alek Manoah is a beast. 640, Rockies Reds, Kyle Freeland and Luis Sessa. Rocks minus 102, Reds minus 116, over under 9.5, overs minus 106, unders minus 114. Rocks minus 1/2 is plus 162, Reds plus 1/2 is minus 196. I want to go with the over. But I actually am going to go with Cincinnati in this one at minus 116. They should be more like minus 130. They're 57.9 to win according to ESPN Analytics. 7 o'clock, A's at the Orioles. J.P. Sears and Dean Kremer. O's minus 174, A's plus 146, over under 8, overs minus 106, unders minus 114. A's plus 1/2 is minus 146, Orioles minus 1/2 is plus 132. I'm going with the under. Royals Tigers. Daniel Lynch and Drew Hutchinson. Each side's minus 108, over under 8.5, overs minus 105, others minus 115. Royals minus 1/2 is plus 150, Tigers plus 1/2 is minus 182. I'm going with the Tigers in a pick 'em at minus 108. 58.5 to win according to ESPN Analytics. Yankees race Domingo Germán and Jeffrey Springs. Rays minus 120, Yankees plus 102, over under 7.5, overs minus 104, unders minus 115. Yanks minus 1/2 is plus 172, Rays plus 1/2 is minus 210. Tough one. I like the under. Mariners Guardians, Luis Castillo and Zach Plesac. Mariners minus 142, Guardians plus 120, over under 7.5, minus 110 each way. Mariners minus 1/2 is plus 128, Guardians plus 1/2 is minus 154. I think the Guardians are underpriced and the Mariners are overpriced. So give me the Guardians at plus 120 to win outright. Rangers Red Sox, Dallas Keuchel and Nick Pivetta. Red Sox minus 184, Rangers plus 154, over under 9, overs minus 120, unders minus 102. Rangers plus 1/2 is minus 125, Red Sox minus 1/2 is plus 104. I like the over, even though it's juiced. Nats Mets, Josiah Gray and David Peterson. Mets minus 270, Nats plus 220, over under 7.5, overs minus 114, unders minus 106. Nats plus 1/2 is plus 104. Mets minus 1/2 is minus 125. I like the over. Marlins Braves 720, Apple TV Plus. Sandy Alcantara and Charlie Morton. Braves minus 180, Marlins plus 152, over under 6.5, overs minus 122, unders even money. Marlins plus 1/2 is minus 160, Braves minus 1/2 is plus 132. I'm going to go Miami Marlins first half money line plus 128 because of Alcantara. Twins White Sox at 8, Sonny Gray and Davies Martin. Twins minus 134, White Sox plus 114, over under 8, overs minus 112, unders minus 108. Twins -1.5 is +126. White Sox +1.5 is -152. For this one, I'm going to go with the over. Cubs Cardinals 8:15. Adrian Sampson and Jordan Montgomery. Cards -220. Cubs +198. Over under 8. Overs -1. Unders -112. Cubs +1.5 is -108. Cardinals -1.5 is -111. I do like the St. Louis run line, -1.5 at -111. 9:30, Astros Angels, Lance McCullers Jr. and Reed Detmers. Astros -144, Angels +122, over under 8.5, overs -112, unders -108. Astros -1.5 is +116, Angels +1.5 is -140. I like the under. Brewers D-backs, Eric Lauer and Zach Davies. Brewers -116, D-backs -102, over under 8.5, overs -115, unders -105. Brewers -1.5 is +134, D-backs +1.5 is -162. I like the over, but I don't feel good about it. Padres Dodgers at 10, Yu Darvish and Dustin May. Dodgers -166, Padres +140, over under 8, overs -105, unders -115. Pods +1.5 is -150, Dodgers -1.5 is +126. I like the under. And last but not least, for Friday, 10:15, Apple TV Plus, Phillies Giants. Kyle Gibson, Alex Cobb. Phil's -102, Giants -116, over under 7.5, overs -118, unders -104. Phil's -1.5 is +155, Giants +1.5 is -188. So Philly's favorite on the run line, Giants favorite on the money line. I'm going to lay to -116 with the Giants. They're 56.3 to win according to ESPN Analytics. Saturday, 4 o'clock, Phil's Giants, Noah Syndergaard, Jacob Junis. Red Sox at the Rangers, or vice versa. I'm sorry. We don't know who's going for Texas. Brian Balo's going for Boston. 6 o'clock, Royals, Tigers, Jonathan Heasley, Michael Pineda. Yanks, Rays, Clark Schmidt. We know who's going for Tampa. Blue Jays, Pirates at 6:30. Ross Stripling, Tyler Beede. Rocks, Reds, Herman Marquez, Nick Lodolo. 7, A's, Orioles. We know who's going for Oakland. Austin Voth for Baltimore. 17, Cubs, Cardinals. Drew Smyly, Adam Wainwright. Did that get bumped from Fox? That's funny. Maybe it is on Fox. We just don't know. But the 2 Fox games listed are Twins, White Sox, and Mariners, Guardians. Twins, White Sox is Tyler Mahle, Dylan Cease. And the other game, Mariners, Guardians, Robbie Ray, Aaron Savali. Nats, Mets, Patrick Corbin, Max Scherzer. Talk about a mismatch. Marlins, Braves, Edward Cabrera, Jake Odorizzi. 8 o'clock, Brewers, D-backs, Corbin Burns, Madison Bumgarner. 9 o'clock, Astros, Angels, Luis Garcia, Shohei Ohtani. And Padres, Dodgers, Sean Manaea, Julio Urias. Sunday, 12 o'clock, Peacock, Blue Jays, Pirates, Jose Barrios, and Ronci Contreras. 1:30, Marlins, Braves, Pablo Lopez, Max Fried. A's, Orioles, Cole Irvin, Spencer Watkins. Rangers, Red Sox, Dane Dunning, Cutter Crawford. Rocks, Reds, Jose Reyna, Chase Anderson. Tigers hosting the Royals. We know it's going for KC. Matt Manning's going for Detroit. Yanks, Rays, Frankie Montas, Corey Kluber. Nats, Mets, Eric Speed, and Carlos Carrasco. 2 o'clock, Twins, White Sox, Dylan Bundy, Lucas Giolito. 2:15, Cubs, Cardinals, Marcus Stroman, Miles Mikolas. 2:30, Mariners, Guardians, George Kirby, Cal Quantrill. 4 o'clock, Phil's, Giants, Rangers, Suarez, Carlos Rodon. Astros, Angels, Jose Urquidy, Tucker Davidson. Brewers, D-backs, Jason Alexander, Zach Gallen. And Sunday Night Baseball, Padres, Dodgers, Mike Clevenger, and Andrew Heaney. All right, now move on to the WNBA. We will look ahead to Sunday's semifinal Game 3s. Each series is tied 1 apiece. You have the Sky against the Sun. I would project the Sun as the home favorite by 1.5. And it is Connecticut 1.5, total 163.5. I like the over. I think there's going to be more points scored in that game at 3 o'clock on ABC. The Aces in the Storm. And no, this won't be Sue Bird's last home game. But it's going to be an emotional game for sure. I project the Aces by 3 and a Storm 1.5. Totals 167.5. I'm going to take the Aces getting the 1.5 and plus 102 to win outright. All right, Major League Soccer. I'm going to try to go through this fairly quickly because I want to get to tennis before it reaches 11 Eastern here. So Saturday, only 5 games, amazingly enough. 3:30 of Minnesota hosting Dallas. Dallas is plus 260 as a road dog. Minnie's minus 115 as a favorite. Draw plus 270. I'm laying it with Minnie, minus 115. 5:30, Columbus hosting Chicago. Columbus minus 120. Chicago plus 260. Draw plus 260. I'm going under 2.5 goals plus 112. 7 o'clock, Red Bulls hosting Philadelphia. Great game. Red Bulls plus 130 at home. Philly plus 175. Draw plus 240. I'm going with the draw plus 240. But if I had to lead one way, it's the Union. They're just red hot. But I just don't love them on the road. They're just better at home. 7:30, Cincinnati, Charlotte. Cincy's minus 135, Charlotte 3-1, plus 280 is the draw. I'm going to go with under 2.5 goals at plus 128 there. And 8:30, you have Nashville hosting Austin. Nashville's minus 125. Austin plus 280, draw plus 270. I'm going with the draw plus 270. I think that's value. A lot of games on Sunday. 5:30, you have Portland hosting Atlanta. Portland's plus 105. Atlanta's plus 195, draw plus 280. I'm going Portland home plus 105. 7:30, DC United, Colorado. DC's plus 130, Colorado's plus 165, draws plus 250. For this one, I'm going to go with the draw plus 250. I don't like either of those teams really in this spot. Toronto and CF Montreal. Toronto's plus 15, Montreal plus 190, draw plus 250. I'm going Montreal on the road, plus 190. That's a good price for them. 8 o'clock, LA Galaxy at KC. LA Galaxy's hosting KC. Galaxy minus 175, KC plus 360, draw plus 320. I'm going to go over 3.5 goals plus 138. New England's hosting NYCFC, who's been struggling lately. New England plus 115, NYCFC plus 180, draw plus 260. I'm going with the Revolution plus 115. 9 o'clock, Seattle hosting Houston. Seattle minus 170, Houston plus 380, draw 3-1. I'm going under 2.5 goals plus 126. 9:30, San Jose hosting Vancouver. San Jose is minus 115, Vancouver's plus 260, draw plus 260. I'm laying the minus 115 with San Jose. And last but not least, 10:30, LAFC hosting Salt Lake. LAFC minus 250. Salt Lake 5-1, draw plus 360. I'm going over 3.5 goals at plus 142. All right, now move on to tennis. We will go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today, which begins the third round. So, men's results from yesterday. 2-seed Rafael Nadal over Fabio Fognini in 4 sets. 22-seed Francis Tiafoe over Jason Kubler in 3 sets. Ilya Ivashka upsets 8-seed Hubert Hurkacz in 4 sets. 19-seed Denis Shapovalov over Roberto Cabrera-Baena in 4 sets. Richard Gasquet upsets 32-seed Milomir Keklovic in 4 sets. 14-seed Diego Schwartzman over Alexei Popyrin in 3 sets. Brandon Nakashima over 17-seed Grigor Dimitrov in 3 sets. 19 Andrei Rublev over Sunwoo Kwon in 3 sets. 2016 Lorenzo Musetti over Gilles Brouwer in 4 sets. 17 Cam Norrie over João Sousa in 3 sets. 3-seed Carlos Alcaraz over Federico Coria in 3 sets. 11-seed Jannik Sinner over Christopher Eubanks in 3 sets. 15-seed Marin Cilic over Albert Ramos Vinolas in 3 sets. Jensen Brooksby over 25-seed Borna Koric in 3 sets. We talked about the walkover from yesterday. 28-seed Holger Rune over John Isner. And 20-seed Dan Evans over James Duckworth in 4 sets. All right, today's match is 11 o'clock. You have Daniel Alalgalin and Alejandro Davidovich Fokina. We'll go with Fokina in 4. 12 o'clock, Andy Murray in 13-seed Matteo Berrettini. Go Berrettini in 4. 12-15, 29-seed Tommy Paul and 5-seed Casper Rudd. I'm going to go Casper Rudd in 4. 1 o'clock, Pedro Chastain and Corentin Motet. I'm going to go with Chastain in 5. 1:45, 2017 Karen Kakdavov and Jack Draper. I'm going Kakdavov in 3. 5 o'clock, Pablo Carreno Busta, your 12 seed, against 18 seed Alex Demeanor, going Alex Demeanor in 5. 8:15, 1 seed Daniil Medvedev over Yibing Wu. I'm going Medvedev in 3. And 23 seed Nick Kyrgios and JJ Wolf. I'm going Kyrgios in 3. Saturday, third round. 22 seed Francis Tiafoe and Diego Schwartzman. I'm going 14 seed Diego Schwartzman over 22 seed Francis Tiafoe in 5 sets. Ilya Ivashka, 26 seed Lorenzo Musetti. I'm going Musetti in 4. Richard Gasquet and 2 seed Rafael Nadal. I'm going Nadal in 3. 15 seed Marin Cilic and 20 seed Dan Evans. I'm going Cilic in 4. Jensen Brooksby and 3 seed Carlos Alcaraz. I'm going Alcaraz in 3. 19 seed Denis Shapovalov and 19 Andrei Rublev. I'm going with Rublev in 5. 17 Cam Norrie and 28 seed Holger Rune. I'm going Norrie in 4. And Brandon Nakashima and 11 seed Jannik Sinner. I'm going Sinner in 3. And I don't know what the bracket would be by heart on Sunday, so I apologize, guys, for that. If I knew, then I would have done it in my head. All right, women's. Yesterday results. Clara Burrell over Allison Van Uytvanck in 3 sets. 19 seed Danielle Collins over Christina Buska in 2 sets. 22 seed Carolina Pliskova over Marie Buskova in 2. 6 seed Arina Sablenka over Kaya Kanepi in 3 sets. 9 seed Gabrine Muguruza over Linda Fruhvirtova in 2 sets. Elias Cornet over Katerina Siniakova in 3 sets. Yue Yuan over Arena Camelia Begu in 2 sets. Kawin Zhang over Anastasia Potova in 2 sets. 21 seed Petra Kvitova over Anilia Kanila in a walkover. 4 seed Paula Badosa over Petra Martic Petra Martic upset 4 seed Paula Badosa in 3. I read that wrong. My bad, guys. Julie Niemeyer over Yulia Putintseva in 2 sets. 1 seed Iga Swiatek over Solana Stevens in 2 sets. Lauren Davis upsets 28 seed Ekaterina Alexandrova in 3 sets. I think I got that one right. 13 seed Belinda Bencic over Sorana Ceresa in 3 sets. 8 seed Jessica Pegula over Alexandra Sasnovic in 2 sets. And 26 seed Victoria Azarenka over Marta Kostyuk in 2 sets. All right, third round today, 11 o'clock. 5 seed Ons Jabeur and 31 seed Shelby Rogers. I'm going Ons Jabeur in 3. Rebecca Marino and Sui Zhang. I'm going Marino in 2. 18 seed Veronica Kudermetova and Dalma Gaffi. I'm going Kudermetova in 2. 20 seed Madison Keys and 12 seed Coco Gauff. That is the best match of the day. I love that matchup. I love both of these women. They're great players. I'm going to go Coco Gauff in 3. I don't feel strong about it. 29 seed Allison Risk and Xiu Wang. I'm going Allison Risk in 2. Ludia Samsonova and Alexandra Krunic. I'm going Krunic in 3. That's at 3 o'clock. 7 o'clock, you have Alja Tomljanovic and Serena Williams. Excellent matchup. I think Serena's dream ride is going to continue into the 4th round, so I'm going to go Serena in 3. And then also at 7 o'clock, Bianca Andreescu and 17 seed Caroline Garcia. I'm going Garcia in 3. Saturday, you have 1 seed Iga Swiatek and Lauren Davis. I'm going Swiatek in 3. Elias Cornet and 19 seed Danielle Collins. And by the way, times are TBD for Saturday. I'm going Danielle Collins in 3. 9 seed Gabrine Muguruza and 21 seed Petra Kvitova. I'm going Muguruza in 3. 22 seed Carolina Pliskova and 13 seed Belinda Bencic. I'm going Bencic in 3. Some great matches on Saturday I'm looking forward to. Petra Martic and 26 seed Victoria Azarenka. Going Azarenka in 3. Clara Burrell and 6 seed Arina Sablenka. I'm going Sablenka in 2. Julie Niemeyer and Kuen Zhang. I'm going Niemeyer in 3. And last but not least, Yue Yuan and 8 seed Jessica Pegula. I'm going Pegula in 2 sets. All right, now we'll move on to NASCAR. I believe there's races this weekend. I know we don't see the trucks for another week. So, yes, we have Darlington this weekend. Xfinity, 3 o'clock on USA from Darlington. I'm going to pull up the odds on DraftKings. For this race, I have a couple names in mind in terms of potential picks. And the one I had in my mind is 18-1. That's AJ Allmendinger for the Sport Clips Haircuts VFW Help a Hero 200. And then the Cup Series Sunday, 6 o'clock on USA from Darlington. For this race, I'm going to go with somebody that I think is due to come through. I'm stuck between two, and I'm going to go with someone that's 10-1. That's Joey Logano to win Darlington. All right, now I'm going to do my NFL cornerback rankings. I was supposed to do this on yesterday's podcast, but I didn't have much time. So I'm going to do this and safeties today. So 95 cornerbacks made the list. I'm going to go very quick. 95, Mike Ford, Atlanta Falcons. 94, Meek Robertson, Las Vegas Raiders. 93, Miles Bryant, New England Patriots. 92, Darnay Holmes, New York Giants. 91, Marco Wilson, Arizona Cardinals. And by the way, it's cornerbacks and nickelbacks as well. 90, Kindle Vildor, Chicago Bears. 89, P.J. Williams, New Orleans Saints. 88, Nick Needham, Miami Dolphins. 87, Michael Carter II, New York Jets. 86, Benjamin St. Juste, Washington Commanders. 85, Daniel Womack, San Francisco 49ers. 84, Tariq Woolen, Seattle Seahawks. 83, Kobe Bryant, Seattle Seahawks. 82, Aaron Robinson, New York Giants. 81, Paulson of Debo, New Orleans Saints. 80, Jalen Johnson, Chicago Bears. 79, Trayvon Mullen, Arizona Cardinals. 78, C.J. Henderson, Carolina Panthers. 77, David Long Jr., Los Angeles Rams. 76, Brandon Facyson, New Indianapolis Colts. 75, Tyson Campbell, Jacksonville Jaguars. 74, Amani Awore, Detroit Lions. 73, Emmanuel Mosley, San Francisco 49ers. 72, Kyler Gordon, Chicago Bears. 71, Asante Samuel Jr., Los Angeles Chargers. 70, Byron Murphy Jr., Arizona Cardinals. 69, Kareem Alam, Buffalo Bills. 68, Trent McDuffie, Kansas City Chiefs. 67, William Jackson III, Washington Commanders. 66, Dante Jackson, Carolina Panthers. 65, Sean Monty Birding, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 64, Eli Apple, Cincinnati Bengals. 63, Trayvon Diggs, Dallas Cowboys. 62, Jalen Mills, New England Patriots. 61, Tre'Davious Ward, San Francisco 49ers. 60, Caleb Farley, Tennessee Titans. 59, Elijah Molden, Tennessee Titans. 58, Cameron Sutton, Pittsburgh Steelers. 57, Kristen Fulton, Tennessee Titans. 56, Chandon Sullivan, Minnesota Vikings. 55, Jeffrey Okudah, Detroit Lions. 54, Kyle Fuller, Baltimore Ravens. 53, Mike Hughes, Detroit Lions. 52, Avonte Maddox, Philadelphia Eagles. 51, Steven Nelson, Houston Texans. 50, Tavir Thomas, Houston Texans. 49, Troy Hill, Los Angeles Rams. 48, Rasul Douglas, Green Bay Packers. 47, Grady Williams, Cleveland Browns. 46, Teron Johnson, Buffalo Bills. 45, Rockison, Las Vegas Raiders. 44, Sidney Jones, Seattle Seahawks. 43, Anthony Brown, Dallas Cowboys. 42, Eric Stokes, Green Bay Packers. 41, Carlton Davis, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 40, Greg Newsome II, Cleveland Browns. 39, J.C. Horn, Carolina Panthers. 38, Levi Wallace, Pittsburgh Steelers. 37, Darius Williams, Jacksonville Jaguars. 36, Kawhi Williams, Denver Broncos. 35, L'Jarius Sneed, Kansas City Chiefs. 34, A.J. Terrell, Atlanta Falcons. 33, Mike Hilton, Cincinnati Bengals. 32, Shaq Griffin, Jacksonville Jaguars. 31, Kendall Fuller, Washington Commanders. 30, Kenny Moore II, Indianapolis Colts. 29, James Bradbury, Philadelphia Eagles. 28, DJ Reed Jr., New York Jets. 27, Ronald Darby, Denver Broncos. 26, Derek Stingley Jr., Houston Texans. 25, Ahmad Sauce Gardner, New York Jets. 24, Rashad Fenton, Kansas City Chiefs. 23, Bryce Callahan, Los Angeles Chargers. 22, Jamel Dean, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 21, Nate Hobbs, Las Vegas Raiders. 20, Pat Surtain II, Denver Broncos. 19, Jonathan Jones, New England Patriots. 18, Akella Witherspoon, Pittsburgh Steelers. 17, Cameron Dantzler, Minnesota Vikings. 16, Adoree Jackson, New York Giants. 15, Chidobe Awuzie, Cincinnati Bengals. 14, Darius Slay, Philadelphia Eagles. 15, Byron Jones, Miami Dolphins. 12, Trey Wright, Buffalo Bills. 11, Patrick Peterson, Minnesota Vikings. 10, Stephon Gilmore, Indianapolis Colts. 9, Denzel Ward, Cleveland Browns. 8, Marshawn Lattimore, New Orleans Saints. 7, Casey Hayward Jr., Atlanta Falcons. 6, Marlon Humphrey, Baltimore Ravens. 5, Marcus Peters, Baltimore Ravens. 4, Xavier Howard, Miami Dolphins. 3, J.C. Jackson, Los Angeles Chargers. 2, Jair Alexander, Green Bay Packers. And number 1, Jalen Ramsey, Los Angeles Rams. So there you have it, the cornerback, nickelback rankings very quickly. Between numbers 1 through 3, you could argue. And then the next tier of guys, I'd say the 2 Ravens guys, Howard, down to even Marshawn Lattimore is the next tier. And then I picked Ward and Gilmore to round out the top 10, although I feel like Gilmore belongs in the group with like Patrick Peterson. Trey White's always hurt. Byron Jones is really good too. There's some guys that you could argue, all the way down to number 14 at Darius Slay, you can make a case to be in the top 10. All right, now the safety ranking. 64 players made the list. Every team starting strong and free safeties. 64, Jalen Hawkins, the Atlanta Falcons. 63, Tafalana Hufanga, San Francisco 49ers. 62, Nick Scott, Los Angeles Rams. 61, Nick Cross, Indianapolis Colts. 60, Jonathan Abram, Las Vegas Raiders. 59, Jaquan Brisker, Chicago Bears. 58, Jalen Petre, Houston Texans. 57, Jalen Thompson, Arizona Cardinals. 56, Richie Grant, Atlanta Falcons. 55, Bobby McCain, Washington Commanders. 54, Brandon Johnson, Miami Dolphins. 53, Julian Love, New York Giants. 52, LaMarcus Joyner, New York Jets. 51, Jeremy Chin, Carolina Panthers. 50, Deshaun Elliott, Detroit Lions. 49, Grant Delpit, Cleveland Browns. 48, Julian Blackmon, Indianapolis Colts. 47, Terrell Edmonds, Pittsburgh Steelers. 46, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Philadelphia Eagles. 45, Rashawn Jenkins, Jacksonville Jaguars. 44, Jordan Fuller, Los Angeles Rams. 43, Eric Murray, Houston Texans. 42, Eddie Jackson, Chicago Bears. 41, Jordan Whitehead, New York Jets. 40, Cameron Krul, Washington Commanders. 39, Mike Edwards, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 38, Tracy Walker, Detroit Lions. 37, Adrian Phillips, New England Patriots. 36, Xavier Woods, Carolina Panthers. 35, Justin Reed, Kansas City Chiefs. 34, Malik Hooker, Dallas Cowboys. 33, Cameron Byram, Minnesota Vikings. 32, Andre Sisco, Jacksonville Jaguars. 31, Chuck Clark, Baltimore Ravens. 30, Amani Hooker, Tennessee Titans. 29, Marcus Epps, Philadelphia Eagles. 28, Nasir Adderley, Los Angeles Chargers. 27, Juan Thornhill, Kansas City Chiefs. 26, Tyrann Mathieu, New Orleans Saints. 25, Quandre Diggs, Seattle Seahawks. 24, Jaron Kearse, Dallas Cowboys. 23, John Johnson, the third, Cleveland Browns. 22, Von Bell, Cincinnati Bengals. 21, Kareem Jackson, Denver Broncos. 20, Trayvon Mulrig, Las Vegas Raiders. 19, Darnell Savage, Green Bay Packers. 18, Xavier McKinney, New York Giants. 17, Jordan Poyer, Buffalo Bills. 16, Marcus May, New Orleans Saints. 15, Budda Baker, Arizona Cardinals. 14, Devin McCarthy, New England Patriots. 13, Jesse Bates III, Cincinnati Bengals. 12, Jimmy Ward, San Francisco 49ers. 11, Jamal Adams, Seattle Seahawks. 10, Justin Simmons, Denver Broncos. 9, Javon Holland, Miami Dolphins. 8, Antoine Winfield Jr., Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 7, Kevin Byard, Tennessee Titans. 6, Minka Fitzpatrick, Pittsburgh Steelers. 5, Adrian Amos, Green Bay Packers. 4, Micah Hyde, Buffalo Bills. 3, Derwin James, Los Angeles Chargers. 2, Harrison Smith, Minnesota Vikings. And number 1, Marcus Williams, Baltimore Ravens. So for the safeties, you could argue guys 1 through 3 for any order of the top 3. Next tier guys, I'd say between 4 and 6, I think is in their own tier. And then Kevin Byard, I think, down to even number 14 of Devin McCourty. So guys, you could argue between 11 and 14 belong in the top 10. So this was an interesting list to put together. So now move on to news and notes for today. I'm going to try to be lightning quick here because of time. But the biggest news of yesterday is that Donovan Mitchell gets traded from the Utah Jazz to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, 3 unprotected first-round picks, and 2 pick swaps. I love this deal for Cleveland. I think that it's a wonderful fit for Donovan. He doesn't have to be the main man there because Evan Mobley, you can make a case, is going to be the man there down the road because so many people are high on him, thinking he's the next Tim Duncan. But I don't believe that, but maybe Tim Duncan light. They have Darius Garland, and they have Jared Allen, so there's a great foundation they have. And I think Utah did an okay job here. I like Sexton a lot. He showed a lot of promise before the injury last year. Markkanen is like a rotation guy, but didn't live up to his high draft pick number. So I like it for both sides, and more so for Cleveland in terms of the fit. I think the Knicks did the right thing by giving RJ Barrett the extension and backing off, because it was RJ Barrett is in the deal or we're not doing it. And New York realized RJ is a guy that's on the come and is going to be an all-star player. So they let it be, and they let Cleveland overpay for Donovan Mitchell. And the Knicks thought they were in the driver's seat for Donovan, but didn't get a chance to top Cleveland's offer, and that's according to Woj. So that is just insane that Cleveland got back in it and swooped in and got him. So 13 unprotected or lightly protected picks for Danny Ainge and the Utah Jazz after the trade. And then Colin Sexton earns a 4-year, $72 million deal after the sign and trade, like in a sign and trade for Donovan Mitchell as well. And then the Windhorse meme was going around a little bit as well. And the Jazz plan to keep Colin Sexton, which is a good thing. Brianna Jones wins the 6th Player of the Year award in the WNBA, 13.8 points per game and 5.1 rebounds off the bench this year for the Suns. So good for Brianna Jones, well deserved. We're going to go to football now. Brutal news for the Tennessee Titans as Pro Bowl pass rusher Harold Landry tears his ACL. So he's done for the year. That is brutal news for the Tennessee Titans, as they're a team to me that I don't think is going to be anything remotely close to what they were a year ago. Brian Robinson could play Week 5 after he was placed on the reserve non-football injury list after he was shot in attempted robbery. So that's good that he'll be back sooner rather than later. Giants released Blake Martinez to clear up some cap room, and they claim former Ravens lineman Tyree Phillips off of waivers. There's a Giants beat writers that says that Kenny Golladay runs like a mannequin, as he has running routes with the stiffness of a mannequin during a disappointing preseason for him. I'm surprised he wasn't released. That was a big flop free agent signing by Dave Gettleman and company. And he just isn't good. He was just putting up good numbers because Matt Stafford was throwing to him. So it turns out that Kenny Golladay is just not a good, or not a great football wide receiver. Not a number one. Tennessee is signing Josh Gordon after his cut from the Chiefs, so that's some depth for them. And they also reworked Derrick Henry's contract and given him a $2 million raise. So that's interesting. The Texans signed O.J. Howard after being cut by the Bills, so that's a nice signing for Houston. Jimmy Garoppolo is happy to be staying with the 49ers. He says, I think things are working out pretty well. But I also think that there's a possibility that he gets traded. So yesterday, in the Purdue-Penn State game, there was a player on Purdue that had a pick six. And it was disgusting. It was a puking rally as he puked in the middle of the game, which is gross. And Gus Johnson had a vintage call on Penn State's late game winning touchdown. And that had everybody excited. Baseball, Jacob deGrom is expecting or eyeing a $50 million per year salary in free agency. That is just insane. And Jeff Passan believes that Mets closer Edwin Diaz may become the first $100 million closer, which that would be crazy. I think Steve Cohen is going to do that. How about this? Jesus Aguilar joins the Orioles as they pick him up for their playoff push. So I like that pickup for Baltimore. Jesus Aguilar, I think, will be rejuvenated playing on a good team rather than on a crap Marlins team. But the thing with Aguilar is that the Orioles made their left field bigger, which stinks. Francisco Alvarez avoids ankle surgery and will receive an injection to deal with a loose body in his right ankle. So that is good news for the Mets. The Yankees are promoting Oswald Peraza finally with the rosters expanding. Peraza gets called up. That is really cool to see as he finally gets his opportunity. He probably should have been called up at the trade deadline. I wouldn't be shocked if he becomes their starting shortstop for the rest of the year, replacing Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. And then at second base, there'll be Oswaldo Peraza. We're going to Oswald and Oswaldo. And then have DJ LeMahieu play third, Anthony Rizzo at first. And then the outfield be Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, and Andrew Benintendi. And then the DH, maybe will be Stanton once if Harrison Bader comes back. There's rumors that he might come back, so he'll play center field. So maybe the Yankees end up winning the AL East despite their big collapse and end up with the bye. We'll see about that. A-Rod teases a comeback as Albert Pujols is chasing him on the all-time homers list. Has A-Rod thinking a little bit. So it was just a joke, obviously, and it was kind of funny seeing that. Tony Gonsolin still shut down and will get MRI on Friday after forearm soreness did not respond as well as LA hoped. So that is not good news for the Dodgers. They better hope he's okay. And the transfer window in soccer is closed as over $4.5 billion has been spent across Europe's top 5 leagues. So that is something to note. All right, now we'll do best bet and Fab 5. We'll start with best bet. I'm going to do the same thing I did yesterday. Take a terrible baseball team as either a slight favorite, slight dog, or at a pick 'em, and that's the Detroit Tigers. They were -108 last I checked. And they are still -108. So I'm going to take the Detroit Tigers at -108 against the Royals for my best bet. My only fear is that Casey's favored on the run line, so that might be a Vegas News kind of a thing. But Detroit was a significant percentage on ESPN Analytics. So Detroit -108 against the Royals. And the Fab 5. I love doing Fab 5. Last week was 1-4, and the money line pick was 0-1. So I am down 4 units to start the season. So my first pick of the Fab 5 for this season is going to be, or I should say, for the first time when it's like officially starting, because it's not week 0, it's week 1. So I'm still going to count week 0 towards my record for the year, though. I'm taking Cincinnati getting the 6.5 at Arkansas. I think that Cincy has a lot to prove. They were in the playoff last year, and they want to prove that they can hang around with some of these teams. So I'm going to take Cincy getting the 6.5 at Arkansas. My next pick, I'm going to lay 6.5 points with San Diego State at home against Arizona. I just think Arizona's hot garbage. in the Pac-12, although they will be improved. But I just think San Diego State is so much better. So I'm going to lay the 6.5 with San Diego State against Arizona. Next up, I'm going to lay 11.5 with BYU against USF. I think USF is awful. I think that BYU just keeps getting underrated and undervalued each and every year. So I'm going to lay double digits on the road with BYU against South Florida, who literally has 0 home advantage. So that is 3. So next up, part of me does want to take FAU laying the points at Ohio. And you know what I'm going to do? And I'm going to lay 3.5 with FAU against Ohio as my 4th pick. I like how FAU looked against Charlotte, and I just think they're significantly better than Ohio. And the last pick for the Fab Five, I am going to go with there's a couple. Should I go with Syracuse getting the points at home against Louisville? Should I take Georgia State getting the points at South Carolina? Memphis getting the points at Mississippi State? North Texas getting the points against SMU? Coastal minus the 1.5 against Army? Southern Miss? Notre Dame? Oregon? There's a lot I could conceivably choose from. I could go with the total. I sometimes like going with totals. The over in Texas State, Nevada is interesting. The over in Middle Tennessee, James Madison's interesting. The Tulsa, Wyoming over is interesting, but I feel like that Wyoming team tends to bite me in the ass whenever I touch them in a spot. I'm not going anywhere near the Utah-Florida game. East Carolina. So I have some viable options here. But the one that I'm going to take is Syracuse, home dog, plus 4.5 against Louisville. I love it. And the money line pick of the week. I am also going to jump on Syracuse as well at plus 168 to knock off Louisville in their home opener. So I'm going to take Syracuse on the money line at plus 168 to knock off Louisville. All right, so there you have it for the show today. I'll be back on Monday recapping everything from the weekend and whatnot. And look ahead to everything going on Monday, including the Clemson, Georgia Tech game. I feel like Ole Miss is always playing that Monday night every year. So it should be fun. And I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend, everyone.